Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with the collage masterboard that we made in a recent video. This absolutely gorgeous green one. I mean, I just absolutely love the colour of this. It's right up my street. And yeah, what I thought we'd do is just kind of cut it down and make some bits of ephemera with it. And then, you know, hopefully kind of in a future video, I'm thinking we might use some of these pieces in a folio or something like that. I haven't got a concrete plan really, but yeah, I'm kind of toying with that kind of idea really. So when I made this, I did say, you know, I don't have a plan in mind. I'm just lifting my camera up slightly so that hopefully you can get more of this in. Obviously it's a full 12 by 12 sheet, so it's a bit tricky to get in. Yeah, I don't really have a concrete plan for how to now cut this up or anything like that. So it's going to be a little bit touch and go really as to what kinds of pieces that we're going to get from here. Yeah, I mean, it's always a little bit tricky, isn't it, when we kind of make these fussy masterboards, which I just absolutely love making. And yeah, I mean, maybe I should stop making them because they're actually then very, very tricky to use. But anyway, never mind. We will, you know, get on and kind of make something. So I'm not quite sure best even how to start cutting this. I'm looking at it and do you know what? I think I've got these, you know, photo paper things, and I'm thinking if I kind of divide it up, you know, and see what pieces would look like when they're cut out, if you see what I mean, then that might be, you know, quite a helpful way to actually cut it down. So, you know, you can then gauge a little bit how it's going to look with the pieces that you cut out. So, I mean, for instance, here we could use this like a pocket. I mean, personally, I think that looks quite nice. Let me just move the camera slightly. I think that looks quite nice. It's quite a usable kind of shape and size piece. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. So I'm going to cut that like this. Okay, oops. Got quite a few layers of paper and things through there, so it's quite thick to cut now. And then I'm just going to cut it down along here like that. Okay. Okay, I mean, I think that's absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. Just going to cut it down slightly on this side, just in case it's a bit wide to put in a journal. So we'll just cut that side strip off. I mean, how lovely is that? I absolutely love it. It's not particularly straight on here, and unfortunately not made a very good job of cutting it out, but it's yeah, really super pretty, isn't it? Really love how that looks. Okay, so I think that kind of method of covering up some of it worked quite, you know, quite well and quite effectively. So I'm going to kind of do that, I think, to cut some other bits. Now, I love how this butterfly looks, so I'm wondering whether we want to cut the butterfly out actually as maybe just a skinny tag, maybe just like that. So I'm going to just cut up to around about the bottom of that bow, like that. Okay. Oops. Like that, and then just across there, like that. And then we can obviously do the little corners to give it a bit of tag shape. Whoops. Not making an incredibly good job of this, but never mind. Oops, like that. Okay, not very straight across the top again. Oh dear. Right, so that can be just a tag on its own. How gorgeous does that look? It looks really lovely, doesn't it? I love how that looks. Right, okay, so let's go back in with our white, you know, photo paper. I mean, obviously, if you haven't got, you know, if you think this looks quite a helpful sort of technique and you haven't got, you know, these photo papers, I mean, just use, you know, paper that you have got. You don't have to have the photo paper. I just happen to have this, so, you know, thought that it might be quite nice to use. Now, I'm a little bit more stumped here because I've got now options that, yeah, I want to kind of get it right. Now, I mean, that might be quite nice for just another piece. I'm just seeing what we would have left. Yeah, because we don't want to make just the same sort of tag again, do we? So I'm going to cut that across here. Like that. Okay, oops, now mucked it up a little bit because I've got now a corner missing from that umbrella piece, which that's a bit of a shame. But I mean, to be honest, we could probably cover that up if, you know, if need be. So it's not, you know, it's not a kind of end of the world situation. Okay. Oh my goodness, my cutting is absolutely terrible today. Literally terrible. Okay. Oh my goodness, it's not got a lot better, has it? Oh well. Oh, oh, come on, come on. Okay, right. Let me get those pieces all off of there. Okay. Right, so I love how that looks. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Again, just to use as another kind of pocket. So put that to one side. Okay, right, let's have a look and see what we've got left to work with. So, I mean, we could potentially have another pocket there. We could have... I mean, because obviously if we've got kind of bits left, we can always tear them down and use them like a cluster. So, I mean, you know, we're not going to kind of waste things, hopefully anyway, we're not going to waste things. You know, it's just a case of kind of trying to get the best use out of things. I mean, we could even have a giant tag, to be honest. I mean, I do love giant tags. What if we had a tag like that? Okay, let me just see what would happen here. I guess what we could do is have even 2 giant tags. Should we do that? Let's do that. So I'm going to cut this about here. Like that. Okay. I mean, to be honest, that doesn't have to be a tag. That could easily be, you know, just as easily be a pocket as a tag, to be honest. I've got all the threads hanging at the back, so I'm so sorry about that, if it's a bit distracting. Just going to trim that on the bottom where it's not straight at all. And then I can just come in slightly just on this side. Oh gosh, no, I've made that horribly crooked as well. So, okay, right. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I could either cut the corners and have this as a huge tag, or we could have this just as a sort of pocket on a page. I love how it looks. So let's get rid of these little bits and pieces here. Okay, put those in the bin. Right, so this is what we have left. Now, I was thinking we would kind of cut this as another sort of pocket or, you know, tag there. And to be honest, we could probably put some lace on the bottom if we wanted to keep it this length rather than trim it up. But, you know, I mean, that doesn't really matter, to be honest. It's not the end of the world. Or we could have it cut down here and then cut down there. No, I don't think that's making the best of it. Right, okay. So, yeah, I want to cut it probably just to the side of that umbrella. So, like that. Okay. I don't think that looks too crooked, actually. I thought that was going to be the worst one of the lot, but yeah, actually it wasn't too bad. So, I mean, I don't know how that is in terms of height for an A4 sheet of paper. Okay, so I mean, if that went on an A4 sheet, actually it could do with cutting down at the bottom anyway, so that's fine. I can just trim that off at the bottom. There we go. And then that would fit onto that paper like that. So yeah, I mean, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? Okay, so then we've got this piece left, which of course is now, you know, a little bit too small really to do anything much with. So what we could do is obviously just make a cluster from this. I mean, obviously the top part's kind of lending itself like a cluster anyway. So I'll just kind of tear this piece down. I mean, we could even have this as like a banner piece. Oops, that lace was not held on very well there. So let's just trim this down, try and make it a bit straighter. There and there. I mean, I quite like that torn edge, but actually I'm just going to kind of go up slightly more like that. So I mean, that would be a little kind of banner type piece on the top of a page, or, you know, at the top of a pocket or somewhere. So yeah, I think that's quite nice. And then let's get rid of that in the bin. And then this one we could use as a kind of cluster. Again, I would probably tear this down a bit. I'm not so keen on the straight edges. So just kind of you know, get rid of some of those straight edges. And hopefully that would just, you know, change the appearance of it, to be honest. So yeah, let's just kind of get rid of those. And then here on that straight edge, that obviously cut that straight. Okay, so I mean, it's quite a large cluster, it's got to be said. But you know, that's fine. I don't mind it being a large cluster, that's fine. So on this one, I would probably just maybe put some lace or something at the top. And yeah, I mean, this cluster, I don't know whether I would add something maybe in the middle of the bow or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, they're gorgeous pieces, aren't they, that we've got out of this. So let's just bring them back in and see what we've got. So we've got a couple of pockets there and a couple of pockets here. And then we've got this gorgeous tag. I have to say, love, love, love that tag. I mean, just the simplicity of it just works so well. The simplicity and just those beautiful colours, you know, just the kind of hints of green. It just looks absolutely, yummy. I really, really, really love it. And then I could probably, ooh, I mean, I know that is very ginormous on there, but what do you think? Or are we thinking, oh, don't be ridiculous, that's just like too huge by far. It is huge, I do agree, but yeah, there's something about it that's kind of drawing me. And of course we can add bling and things like that. So let's just have a look and see if we want bling. I mean, we might not. We can obviously add, you know, ink around the corners. Sorry, I'm just getting my bling out. That's kind of tucked under some stuff there. Okay. I mean, to be honest, I love how these pieces are looking anyway. You know, I don't even know as they need bling, to be honest, but you know, if we want to, we could just add some bling, couldn't we? Maybe not that whole strip. It's probably a bit too big, or a bit too much. Too much bling going on there, but maybe just a sort of more subtle amount like that. Yeah, I mean, I love these. So I will just probably rough the edges up a little bit. Like that. Okie dokie. Oh, honestly, I find these collage masterboards, like these, you know, really fussy ones, like so fun and so addictive to do. I mean, yeah, they're probably my favourite thing to do at the moment. I mean, loving doing folios and loving doing these. So yeah, those two things are probably my favourite things at the moment to be doing. Just really can have so much fun with them. Love how they turn out and how you can be so free and, you know, really get some gorgeous colours going on. I mean, oh, who doesn't love that? It's so gorgeous, isn't it? I love it. Right, okay. So then we've got this one, which again, I just probably need to tidy up the bottom because that's very crooked. Shoddy cutting of mine again. So again, just rough those edges up a little bit. I mean, could stitch around the edges, I suppose. So let's just do that. I don't know whether it needs stitching, I've got to be truthful, because it might actually be a case of, you know, like too much stitching then going on. I've just got a little piece of that paper down there. I just want to get that glued down so it's not flapping about. Okay. Yeah, oh, look. Oh, should have just really torn that piece off, but never mind. Never mind, we'll go for it now. Leave it on there. Yeah, I probably should have actually sorry, this has just caught my eye now. Right, I've roughed that up, haven't I? So, did I rough it up? That doesn't look very roughed up down that edge. Maybe I missed that edge, I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, I don't know whether it would be a bit of an overdose of stitching, to be perfectly honest, if I stitch around the edges of these. So I might just give that a miss because, yeah, I think it might be just too much, to be honest. Although, it's a tough choice, isn't it? Tough call. But yeah, I mean, they look so pretty, don't they? So I'll just put those to one side. We'll rough up this banner. And of course, on this banner, we could put something. So just going to see what I've got that we could use on here. So again, just ink that around. Okay. I mean, I'm just pulling this in because it's here and it's cut out, to be honest. But yeah, I'm probably being ridiculous and I should just not be so silly and actually just cut out a fresh one. So let me just see what bows I've got to the side of me that might be good colour-wise. Oh, I have got that. I mean, these are from the neutrals now because I'm not sure whether I've got anything else in the brights printed out. Let me just bring the brights back in. Yeah, I don't know as I've got anything else, you know, any other green shades that are going to work. So, oh, I've got this one actually. I think I might prefer that one. So let's just go for that. Or we could have a butterfly actually, because I have got another one of those green butterflies. So I'll just take them both for a minute and then we'll decide which we would prefer. So yeah, let's just get rid of these out of the way. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure now, butterfly or the bow. Let's just cut the bow down. Okay. Let's get rid of that to the side. So it's off the desk. Okay. And we'll just cut that around. That's it. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, I think possibly the bow. What do we think? I will just try the butterfly because, you know, whilst I've got it here, I might as well just try it, mightn't I? But yeah, I am really liking that bow on there. It's got to be said. Can't believe I was being so lazy that I was actually trying to try the big one. I mean, what is wrong with me? Sometimes it just gets like that, doesn't it? I just wanted to spare you all watching me cut something else out again. So I thought, oh, let's just try it. But yeah, wasn't really quite right, was it? Right, so that's the bow. Oh, I quite like it down there, actually. Or that's the butterfly. I think the bow. Actually, I'm thinking now the butterfly. Let me look in the camera screen. Yeah, maybe the butterfly. How many bits have we got with butterflies, actually? Let's just see. doesn't really matter, does it? I wonder if we could have both, actually. Let me put the butterfly on down there. Like that. Okay. And then, I wonder if we could have the bow like off to the side. Or even like that. I don't want to have it overhanging too much at the top, because if this went at the top of a page, you know, I feel like that would be a bit vulnerable to getting knocked and kind of, yeah, knocked off really eventually. So I'd rather have it hanging off sideways or something where I can have it pushed over on the page and it's not going to be damaged. Or, you know, I'd have to have it low enough so that it wasn't actually hanging off. Yeah, perhaps I'll have it lower down like that. Okay. Like that. Okay, so that's our banner piece. Did I ink around the edge of that? I think I did, but never mind. Never hurts to have a bit more, does it? A bit more ink. Okay, so that's that one. Looking good. Then we've got these ones, which are like, you know, pockets. I was going to do them as giant tags, and then, yeah, when I cut them out, I thought, actually, I think they're really great as just little pockets on the page. So just cut those threads off the back, just so they're not kind of in my way, really. And then, again, I'm just going to rough up the edges. You know, this is not an essential thing at all. I just really like the, you know, the look and the extra added kind of texture of the roughed edges. But yeah, I mean, that's not an essential thing at all to do. I just think it adds a bit of sort of interest to the pieces, to be honest, by having those roughed up edges. So I'll just now ink around. Like that. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, just got that little bit of bow there. So I'm just going to kind of secure that down with a bit of hot glue. Okay. Yeah, that should be okay. Right, do we want a bit of bling maybe like in the centre of that butterfly? There was some bling laid on here and it's flung off somewhere. Oh, there it is. Not that much, definitely not that much. Maybe a 3 or maybe even a 2. Do you know, I'm actually kind of thinking maybe blingless. I mean, that does not happen very often, but yeah, I'm actually kind of thinking I'm not sure this needs bling. Let's just see. Oh, it's quite pretty with bling, actually. I didn't think I would manage to do like a blingless, you know, whole bunch of embellishments, but, you know, it was kind of heading that way for a while, wasn't it? And I did think, maybe. But yeah, I think the bling looks good. Okay, and then we've got this one. So again, I'm just going to rough up around the edges. Like that. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, and then we just now rough around there. Okie doke. Okay, super pretty. I would just get rid of that thread. Now, do we need anything else on here? Again, wondering if we need any bling or anything. I mean, it might be where my lace is kind of in random places, because obviously this has been made from a masterboard and so it's been chopped around, that the bling, you know, doesn't necessarily actually look that great on these. Or, you know, maybe it just is a situation where it just doesn't need any. Oh, I'm going to put it on here. Otherwise, I just feel like it's a bit boring. Okay. Like that. Okay, so that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then we have the tag. So obviously I'm going to back the tag onto something. So let me just see if I've got anything sat here, you know, neutral kind of piece of paper or anything that I could back this onto without kind of having to take too long looking for something, she says, as I'm already veering down that line of taking too long. I've got this, these are some internal envelopes which I bought recently, which I'm absolutely loving. So yeah, I'm just going to use this. So I got these from Amazon, and I can't remember now actually how much they were. Oh, I'm so sorry. I honestly can't remember. I feel like they could have been £17, but I could be getting them confused with something else. But I ordered, I think, 100 of them. Quite a lot anyway. I mean, it sounds like a lot, but to be honest, you know, when you're making like a folio or something like that, I mean, you can easily use like 5 of them, you know, in one project. So, you know, although it sounds like I bought a ton, if I did buy 100, I can't remember, I'm afraid, you know, actually they won't last as long as it sounds. So yeah, I really like them. I'm going to coffee dye some. Maybe even this afternoon if I get a chance, actually, because I think they will coffee dye really, really nicely, and, you know, look really, really good with the coffee dye. So okay. Oh, I love that tag. That is just so nice, isn't it? Okay, I mean, like I say, talk about simple, you know, as tags go, but it's just so lovely, isn't it? Oh, I'm so sorry if you can hear that noise outside. And it sounds like a street cleaner. I'm, you know, one of those street cleaning machine things. I don't think it probably is, because I don't very often see them do that. But it could have been, I suppose. I can't see from here because I don't have a window kind of overlooking the front or anything. My window is a, you know, Velux window. So, yeah, I can't see anything other than the sky. But the Velux window is not open because that's right behind me, and I don't want to kind of make a load of noise. Well, traffic noise, even more than that just then, which of course was noise. Right, must stop waffling now. Right, wondering what to use as a tab for this tag. I'm just playing with this because this happened to be just laying around beside me. Obviously it's huge. I would have to cut it down. Which, I mean, is this just ridiculous or what? But I'm even trying to hoard this and avoid cutting it down. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Honestly. That's just the most crazy thing, isn't it? Now, I'm wondering... It's still quite big, actually. Because this is quite a tiny tag, obviously. So, yeah, it's still quite big. You know, even though I've now cut it down. And to me, it feels like it's teeny. Oh, it's certainly getting teenier by the second. But... okay. So we could have it on the top, but it makes it look a little bit strange. So I think we'll have to have it on the side, really. So I wonder if I can manage to do those little corners or whether it's going to be too small. I wonder what I will have left. I'm going to go and try and do it like... yeah, like that. Oh, let's just hope for the best here. Wing and a prayer time, because, oh, I'll be sorry if I've used that little scrap of paper unnecessarily. Honestly, I mean, I know that you guys will understand where I'm coming from, but if any normal person watched this and heard me say that, they'd think I was a lunatic. You know, they'd be like, did she see the size of that piece of paper? What is wrong with that woman? And, you know, I've got no excuses. I don't really know what's wrong with me myself. You know, why am I wanting to hoard things like we do? Right, let's just grab this. Again, I just like to use my hot glue because, you know, when you're doing a video, you just want it to be glued on nice and quickly. So, you know, I can then just guarantee that that's stuck if I use the hot glue. Whereas if I use the wet glue, you know, I could be sat here for a while having to hold it and glue it closed, or, you know, hold it closed. So yeah, this is just much more instant for me. But of course you don't have to have a hot glue gun, you don't have to use hot glue, because I know lots of people don't like it. So I mean, I just really do love it, to be honest. So right, let's just ink that around. Obviously this is quite soggy because this envelope's just kind of paper, so yeah, it's a little bit on the soggy side. So let's see. Oh, hang on, haven't quite finished. I've still got this cluster. So I'm just going to ink this cluster up. And obviously, you know, the cluster, I may just, you know, put that on a page on its own or something like that. So, you know, I'm not going to kind of go to any lengths to try and, you know, change that into an embellishment. It kind of could be an embellishment as it is, as a cluster. So let's pull in and see what we've actually made from that masterboard. So we have got our 2 pockets here, you know, long pockets. Aren't they just gorgeous? We've got our banner, which again, how lovely is that? We've got our skinny tag, our cluster, and then we've got the 2 little pocket pieces as well. So yeah, I mean, I think we've made some really pretty things from our collage masterboard, and I really hope that you love what we've made. And yeah, hopefully you feel a little bit inspired, you know, and have fun if you're making a masterboard yourself. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.